Last week at JPM, Flexpa announced its integration with Medplum. Managing healthcare data often involves retrieving and storing patient health records in a FHIR-compliant way, and our integration with Medplum makes that process seamless. With Flexpa, you can retrieve claims, coverage, and clinical records from a patient's health plan, while Medplum provides a fully managed HIPAA-compliant FHIR server for secure storage of that data. Medplum also offers built-in data modeling, search capabilities, and healthcare-specific features ideal for working with claims data. So by using the two together, you can easily build solutions like digital consent and records retrieval for clinical trials, patient onboarding experiences, or member onboarding for health plans, including syncing records from prior plans. And it's really easy. I'm going to show you just how easy it actually is. This is the Flexpa Quick Start, and it's available on GitHub. It showcases two core capabilities of the Flexpa platform. First, the patient consent flow, and second, the records retrieval process. This is what the consent flow looks like. As a patient, I select my current health plan. Here, I'm going to select Aetna. I click Continue, and I'm redirected to Aetna's login. Now that I've consented, Flexpa is retrieving my records, including demographic info, my insurance plan, my claims history, and clinical records associated with it. Once this sync is complete, Flexpa stores these as FHIR resources and makes them available in a FHIR API. In our Quick Start, we showcase how to interact with the API for developers. So at the top, we have information about the consent. Flexpa calls that a patient authorization. And we receive an access token that we can use to make FHIR requests. Here we see our FHIR API and some example operations that we can perform. The simplest one is the everything operation. This retrieves the comprehensive patient record with all available resources. So in one click here, we'll receive all of those FHIR resources in one response. But we came here for the Medplum integration. So the Medplum integration is important because storing these records permanently in a HIPAA-compliant way requires you to have your own FHIR server. But if you have your own FHIR server, of course, you need to get the resources from Flexpa to that FHIR server. With our Medplum integration, that's as simple as a few lines of code, and we demonstrate it here in a single click. So behind the scenes, Flexpa is retrieving those patient resources again, and then manipulating the response into one batch transaction, which we are sending to the Medplum API. And in a moment, we will see the results of that transaction, synchronizing hundreds of resources in just a few seconds. And there we go. All of the resources from the patient everything operation are now synchronized into Medplum. And this is also durable across consents. So if a patient completes more than one consent, or if in the future you need to refresh these records, we will not create duplicates. We'll update the ones that you've already synced. That was a really simple explanation, but if you'd like to look at the details, we do have a public guide available at flexpa.com/docs. You can set up a Medplum test account on your own and retrieve API keys and run that quick start demo. The actual code powering the batch transaction appears at the end of the guide, and it's just as simple as I said it was. So with Medplum and Flexpa together, it's super easy to build a digital consent and records retrieval experience.